Hey girl, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'm going to be talking to you all about the one item you need to live the life you desire. But wait, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lucia J, and I'm the founder and CEO of Prettygirlprintingco. Prettygirlprintingco is a paper and product company that sells paper and products that help women to balance their everyday life, prioritize their self-care, and go after their vision, goals, and dreams. So let me tell you guys a little bit about how Prettygirlprintingco came about. So I was a wife, and I was at that time a mom of 2 under 2. So I was enjoying motherhood. I loved everything about it, but I'm not gonna lie, I felt stressed somehow. A lot of my time was going into momming. I was like very hands-on. I loved my boys. I loved the whole concept of motherhood. It was just really my goal, and it has always been my goal to, instill certain things in them. I just really enjoyed motherhood. But, and I'm gonna have to say but like I said, I did feel a little bit stressed, especially when it came to going after the very things that were on my heart. I felt stressed, balancing out, okay, how do I pursue my vision, the vision that God has given me? How do I pursue my goals? How do I pursue my personal dreams? And how do I really pursue the lifestyle that I desire? I didn't really know how to do that, but it's something that was on my mind quite often. I wanted to, be a cute mom. I wanted to have it going on, being a mother, being a wife. At the same time, I wanted to be a homemaker. I wanted to have like a beautiful house, and I wanted everything to be nicely decorated, just how I wanted things to be. There's a certain lifestyle that I've always envisioned and always had in my head. So I wanted that to come to pass. So, I continued really momming and, trying to be the best wife and mother that I could be. But at the same time, I know I wanted more. All my energy was going into those two things that it was hard for me to actually do things concerning me. I wanted to look good, like I said, doing what I was doing. So, the next thing for me was to go after these things. These are things that I had to put into prayer. I just couldn't understand at first, having 2 under 2. It's like, not really that you're losing yourself, but at some point it's like you're losing yourself because you're spending all your time really focusing on your kids, especially when you have 2 under 2. They're very needy at that age. So for me, it went back to I gotta go back to the drawing board. I gotta see the parts of me that I lost. I gotta find her. And honestly, in the midst of doing that, with prayer and different things like that, of course, that's something that it's something that I really wanted so bad. And, I do feel like God knew my heart on it. And I really feel like he led me and guided me and really helped me to do the things that I needed to do in order to go back and trace who I was, of course, trace back to who it is he called and created me to be. And I really had to find my way out. Go back to her, pick her up from where I left her, and really crawl my way out. But in the midst, God was with me, guys. And before you know it, I began to create different routines. I began to create different schedules. I began to create, different maps of how to go back and get Lucy, and, bring her to, the place that she wants to be and, move forward from there. And in me doing that, of course, like I said in the other video, the video before this one, I said I had my paper and had my pen, and I was jotting down all this stuff that I was learning. It's like God was really teaching me how to go back, get me, and then move forward. Like, that's a story for another day. But it was really beautiful how that came about. And in the midst of that, like I said in the last video, I had pen and I had paper, guys, and I was writing down the steps. And that is what ended up being the Prettygirlprintingco Progress Planner. I literally took all that stuff I learned and I turned it into a planner, guys. Literally. Took everything, took the schedules, took the routines, took like the map, like how I mapped myself through and out. And I literally used that and turned that into a planner. A plan is a method of making and developing something in advance. So a planner is the book that holds your plans or the methods that you have that you are developing and making in advance. Many of you guys don't realize this, but a planner is the very tool that is used to hold your plans. So let's think about this here. If you have any plans or anything that you desire, wouldn't it be smart to get the one thing that is designed for that? Now, a planner is literally designed to make your plans, your desires, your goals, your vision come into fruition. So now, if you're asking the question, what is the one item that you need to live the life you desire? I will go ahead and say that one item is a planner. Not just any planner, but I'm going to take it a step further and I'm going to say it is the Prettygirlprintingco Progress Planner. Now here's why. So it goes back even to the story that I told you guys about the desires that I had. And I mean, there was even more desires than desires that I even mentioned, but please believe me when I tell you this planner really helps to not only reposition you, but to get you on track on the route in which you desire. So I'm looking down because I'm looking down at the planner, and don't worry, I'm going to go in depth into the planner so you can see every page and what this planner is really about. But first, let me tell you how it blessed me so that it can be a blessing unto you as well. First, it helped me to not just have my vision in my head, but it helped me to by providing a place where I can write my vision, but also keep it in a place where I can see my vision every day. Because believe it or not, when you can see your vision every day, you work towards it. When you have a vision board that you don't look at, or you look at it once a month or every 6 months, it kind of defeats the purpose. You need to fix your eyes on your vision. So therefore, you need to see your vision as much as you possibly can. And this planner provides that. Okay, so that's the first thing. I was able to write down my vision. I was able to make it clear, and I'm able to look at it all the time. Okay, so once I was able to do that, not only did I have a place to put my vision and keep it in front of me, but I was able to have an area where I could break down my vision into like tiny bites, but really break down my vision in a way in which it'll be easier for me to attain it. It gave me space to write down my vision in an easier way. Whereas I can break it up into months and even break it up into days and really write the route that I need to take in order to make my vision come to pass. So that was another big thing for me. And in creating the planner, I provided that because those are the things I was doing for myself at that time as well. The next thing for me that is very important, being a wife, being a mom, like I said, it can be stressful, and you can see how that stress can affect other areas of your life. And one area that I felt like it was stressing out was my relationship with God. One thing about me is I love the Lord. I love the Lord. I love my relationship that I have with God, and I really don't want anything to compromise that. So for me, a big thing was prayer, aka what? Communicating with God. That's a very big component of my life, if not the biggest part of my life, honestly. So having things pull on you, or constantly being busy, or putting your attention into so many things kind of spreads you thin. And one thing for me that it did was it began to affect my relationship with the Lord. So with that being said, I'm like, all right, Lord, what do I do? So that was one of my biggest cries. Lord, what do I do to not just maintain myself, not just pursue vision, but also to keep this relationship going well? What do I do? And that is where I have this section in my planner that is called Let's Pray. Okay, so the Let's Pray section allows me to also write down my prayer requests, but also write down the things I want to pray for in general, but also it gives me an area where I can write down my prayer for other people. But that was not even enough. On the daily pages of the planner, there is a section that I included in here that's called the spiritual development section. And that section is on every single page, every single day. It shows you, did you read your Bible? It gives you the little circle and says, did you pray today? And then it prompts you, did you involve yourself in any praise and worship? And that is on every single page. Like I said, you guys are going to see that, you know, in the second half of the video. But I incorporated that into the planner because spiritual development is a part of being well balanced. And it's like, that's one thing that no matter what, I could not forget that. So I made sure that I put that on every sheet. Okay, the next thing was me keeping up with myself. Another cry from my heart, you know, Lord, I don't want to lose myself because I'm a mom. I don't want to lose myself, you know, because I'm married and I'm trying to, you know, make the home look good, you know, those type of things. So the one thing that I felt like God showed me was self-care. Take care of myself again. Go back to how Lucy used to take care of herself and bring it forward, you know, and even increase it if I can. So with that being said, there's a whole section just about self-care. And that section, you know, it goes further. Like it helps you really achieve balance mentally, physically, and spiritually, because that self-care section talks about or reminds you about your daily, you know, spiritual development. It also reminds you physical, like what you need to do physically. It talks about or prompts you to exercise daily, starting as small as you can or with as little movement as possible. And then it reminds you and prompts you, if you're on medication, make sure you take your medicine. If you're not on medication, make sure that you're putting in some kind of vitamins and nutrients into your body. And then of course it has the glasses of water, where you need to at least have eight glasses of water, of course, unless your doctor tells you otherwise. And then it's clearly written on every daily sheet, self-care. And this is where I always tell women, at least spend 15 minutes on doing something for you every single day. And this planner prompts you to do that. And also, let's not forget, new mommy of 2, I wanted to, you know, do the whole snapback thing, but not necessarily just the snapback thing. I wanted to be healthy. I wanted to be healthy. And for me, being healthy was more than just snapping back. It was more so taking care of my body, and also with taking care of my body, you know, that'll help me to achieve my body goals. And so you will see in the planner that there is a section, like I said, for exercise, but there's also a section that talks about your meals. There's meal planning and meal shopping pages, but also on every page, you will see the section that helps you plan out your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, and your snack. So we already know, if you already have a plan for these things, it helps you to eat cleaner and fresher. So that was big, and that is provided in here. And I'm not gonna, well, it's not lastly, but the last thing I want to say before we dive all the way into the planner is, this is the one and currently only planner that offers you a 24-hour layout. So in our planner, you are able to see every single hour of your entire day, and you are able to assign a task to every single hour of each day. So when I tell you guys, this planner is desired to help you achieve balance in every area of your life, to help you prioritize your self-care, and to help you go after your vision, goals, and dreams, please believe me. So now we're gonna go ahead and look all the way into this planner, and for you to really see the pages and how this planner can help you live the life that you desire. Before we move on to the next part of this video, I want to quickly say this. This planner has truly been a blessing onto me, despite the fact that I'm the one who created it. But it has helped me become a better me. It's helped me become a better wife. It's helped me become a better mom. It has also helped me become a more beautiful version of myself. It's helped me to become a more focused version of myself. And it's really helped me and given me an overall more confidence when it comes to the direction in which my life is going. And with that being said, as you watch this next half of this video, I want you to begin to think about who it is that you desire to be. And I want you to think about who it is really that God has called and created you to be. That as you watch this video, you begin to see how this planner can also be a blessing onto you and the well planner purpose that you feel that God has for your life. So again, thank you guys for watching this video, but also stay for the next half so you can really begin to see what this planner is truly about. So this is how your planner would look. You will either have this multicolored one or you will have this one here, which is our all pink planner. So yes, I love everything about our planners, but I especially love the cover because it just reinforces the message that we're not out here trying to live a perfect life, but better yet, we're trying to make progress each day. And our covers do a good job depicting that. And if you read here, it says it is with daily progress that one begins to create the life they desire. Now let's open up this planner and see how this planner can take you from where you are to where you desire to be, all while helping you become the best version of yourself. So when you open up the planner, of course, here you have your page where you write your name and the duration of time in which you want to use the planner. And then you flip over and you have your dedication page. Let's zoom in just a little bit so that we can see what this page is about. It says here, this planner is dedicated to the woman that is ready to create a lifestyle where she can prioritize her self-care, manage and balance everyday life tasks, and pursue her vision, goals, and dreams. So you guys already know that is what this whole planner is about. Then when we flip over, ooh, there I am, the creator of this planner, me, Lucy J. So if you want to know a little bit more about me, my background, and how this planner came to pass, you can of course read this page. I'm not going to do that now because of the sake of time, but when you get yours, be sure to read it. This is where the planner officially starts. And if you pay attention to the side, you will see our different tabs. There's actually a total of 4 tabs. The last one is down here, and I will read them off to you as we go. The first tab here is the My Planner tab. So when you go ahead and open that up, you're going to learn all about your planner in this section. This first page tells you how the planner really came about. The other page told you a little bit more about me and the planner, but this part of the planner really goes into detail to let you know more about the birth of this planner. When you turn over to the next page, you will see here the maneuvering through my planner page. This to me is a very important section because this talks to you about how to really get success out of this planner. It tells you and really breaks down each section of the planner and how you should be using the planner. Once you have read how to maneuver through your planner, you will come upon the next tab, which says My Plans. The first page there is the current routine page. This is where you will write down your current routine. And yes, you do have a routine. Everybody has a routine. Your routine is simply the things that you do every day. You will write them down right here. And this page will assist you in creating your routine for success, which is further up in your planner. The next page is your vision board page. This is where you would simply write down or, gather some pictures and put together your vision board. You will write down everything that you want to do this year and, put pictures with it or however you want to do it. But you need to have your vision right here. And the reason why I put this in your planner is because your planner is supposed to be the thing that you pick up every day, and you want to actually try your best to look look at your vision as you go through the days and as you plan out your days. It's really good to refer back to your vision board. And it says here, write the vision and make it plain. Habakkuk 2:2. Turning over to the next page, these are your focus pages. These are the two pages where you really focus on the person that you desire to be. And then there's, of course, prompts that helps you to do that. The first prompt says, in the space provided, describe the person you want to show up as mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally on a daily basis. In other words, who exactly is the woman you want to become? And then this space here is where you will be writing that down. And this page over here really goes into depth. It tells you a little bit more about that, and it prompts you up at the top. Turning over to the next page, this is where you're going to have your declarations. This is where you're going to begin to declare those things that you want to see in life. Excuse me. This is where you're going to declare those things that you want to see in life. And then over to the next page, this is your brainstorming page. This is the page where you write down the steps you need to take to reach the goals from your vision board. So, what steps do you need to take to reach your goals and make your vision come to life? This is where you're going to write down the actual steps. I told you guys earlier, there is a method to this, and I hope that you are beginning to see that as we're going through the planner. Here is your table of contents. And the table of contents is pretty much like a book. You have your chapters. Every year has 12 months. So each chapter represents a month. So each chapter, you should be having something written down that you want to do for that month. Yes, it's a 6-month planner, but everything is divided up with the year in mind, vision and year in mind. Okay. So even though each planner is 6 months, you're still going to be taking a look at the year, each year at a time from whenever you decide to start. Okay, so again, in the table of contents, you will be writing down what you want to do each month. Okay, and with that, it must correspond with your vision on your vision board. So we're looking at how we're going to make our vision come to pass. You're going to divvy that up into the 12-month periods, and that is how you use your table of contents. Going over to the next page, this here is your personal success routine. What things do you need to do on a daily basis in order to reach your goals? I love to give examples. So this is where I give the example of, let's say, the makeup artist. If you are a makeup artist or you desire to become a world-renowned makeup artist, this is where your routine matters. Your routine is not going to be like the routine of the next person. No, because the next person is not trying to do what you're trying to do. So your morning routine will consist of an extensive skincare line routine, something to do with skincare. It'll be extensive. Your routine for your skin should not be the same as the girl that's trying to be a doctor or the girl that's trying to be a nurse. No, your morning routine has a lot to do with you keeping a clean canvas, aka a clean face, so that you can be able to promote good skincare, good skin health, and also makeup being on a good face, a good canvas. So your nighttime routine should differ from the next person's as well. And that is how you're going to be doing this page. You're going to be looking at what the different routines that you need to have in order to reach your goals. Taking a look over at the next page, it says here, taking care of my needs. This page is so important because your needs are important. In order to become your best self, your needs need to be taken care of. If you are not meeting your career needs, your social needs, your health needs, there's no way that you can be your best. If your spiritual needs are not met, let's turn over to the next page. If your spiritual needs are not met, your recreational needs, your intellectual needs, and your self-care needs are not met, it will be very difficult for you to be the best version of yourself. So there's prompts here for you to write down your needs to ensure that when you're planning your days, you are actually planning from the standpoint of your needs as well. Right here, turning over, you have creating healthy habits. This here is one of my favorite pages, guys. And this could be because I'm a mom, but honestly, whether, you know, I was a mom or not, I love this page because it helps me focus on my eating. Your eating has a lot to do with your energy, has a lot to do with your health, and has a lot to do with your life. So this page right here is very important to fill out. It gives you breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner slots, and you have 7 of them for the 7 days of the week, and then you get to create 7 meals that correspond with the days of the week. And of course, you can repeat meals, use them on any day that you want, but the goal here is to really write down meals that are healthy, meals that will assist you in meal prepping and meal planning. And you are given 3 of these sheets in this planner. So you will have more than enough ideas. You can use 1 page for yourself, 1 page for your husband, and possibly the other page for your children, or however you want to do it. It's completely up to you. But creating healthy meals is definitely the goal. Going over to the next page, you have your creating a healthy grocery list. This is where you have a grocery list, so you can take your planner into the grocery store with you, and you can actually refer to your healthy grocery list. Already having a planned out grocery list makes things so much easier, and it takes the hassle and the stress out of going to the grocery store, and it actually helps you save money. Because a lot of the times, if you do not go to the grocery store with some kind of list, you end up spending more than you anticipate, and you also end up buying some things that you really don't need. So it says here, feed your body with the things that will keep you going strong, healthy, and happy, so you will be prepared to reach your goals and live your best life. Okay, and then also you can create, there's 3 of these sheets within this planner. So here you're able to use them for any kind of grocery list that you want to create, but also I believe that it's good to have your grocery list correspond with your creating healthy meals. So going over to the next page is just the 3rd page. Now that leads us to our 3rd tab, and this is the My Days tab. Every planner starts out with a notes page. I don't know about you, but I know about me. I like to write and I like to take notes. So of course we had to put that in the planner. Here is the page where you will take all the notes that you have and then start your month. This here is your month. Your month starts, like I said before, whenever you want to start it. This is an undated planner. So you can just write in your month right there, and you can number it as you see fit. Okay? Here is where you will write out your goals for the month. You will write them out right here. This is where you will write out your reward for meeting this month's goals. So this is like an incentive section. I know for me, whenever I have a reward at the end of something, I love to push it that much harder to meet my goal. So here, once you meet your goal, you can write in whatever reward. It doesn't have to be anything big, but then again, you can make it as big as you'd like. So yeah, that's completely up to you. Okay, and then on every monthly sheet it says plan with your vision in mind, because the goal is, as you are planning your month, you want to make sure you're referring back to the vision board sheet. Okay, you want to make sure you're referring to your vision board so that you are setting the right goals for the month. Turning over, This is 2 different pages. Right here you have your Let's Pray page. Your Let's Pray page is, of course, it's in every month, and this is where you write down your prayer requests. This is where you write down the people that you would like to pray for. And this is where you write down the different things you want to pray for concerning you and concerning your life and concerning the vision that God has for you, or the vision you want God to give you, or whatever it is that you want to write concerning you and your family, or however you want to go about it. And this page is very important to me because a lot of the times I know there's different people that ask me for prayer, and I always want to make sure that I don't forget. So this is where I write it down to ensure that during my quiet time, I am praying for the people that have asked for prayer, but that I'm also praying for myself and the different things I want God to do for me in my life for that month. And you will write down the month right there. Going on to the next page, this is where we have our habit tracker. This is where we have our habit tracker, and you will write down the habits that you are trying to track for whatever month that is. And right here, you'll write down the habit and the reward. Like I said before, I love to reward myself. So of course we had to put a reward section within our planner. Okay. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can track 5 on that side and 5 on this side, totaling a total of 10 habits. I wouldn't necessarily say work on 10 habits all at the same time, but I personally have caught myself doing that, and I do believe that it benefited me. But start slowly. Okay, start slowly, try to do 1 and then try to master 1 and then go before going on to the next, and so on. Your next page right here is your weekly sheets. These are your weekly sheets to help you plan out your week. So this is a 3-in-1 planner. You have your monthly spread and then your weekly spread. And after this, we'll talk about your daily spread. So here is your weekly spread. You will write in the week of right there. And then you will write out your priorities for the week. Your priorities for the week. Okay? For myself, I like to make sure I write no more than 5 big things, but of course it's completely up to you. I like to write down no more than 5 big priorities for the week, and of course they all have to correspond with my vision. Okay, and on here I write down the priorities, and I use this section to divvy it out into days. Okay, I take whatever I have in my priority section and I divvy that out into the days. And right here, I write down whatever I may need or any notes that I need to take as well. So you can use this section however you see fit. Just make sure it helps you plan out your week. Turning over to the next page. Now this here is my favorite page, but I keep on saying that about all of them. Yes, I know, but I really, really love our daily page. I'm going to try to see if I can actually zoom in a tad bit for you guys. Let's see. Am I in frame? Okay. This is our daily page. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit more actually. Okay, so this is our daily page, guys, and it says, let's make progress today. And then you have, you can write in the month and the day, and then you circle the day, the month and the year, and the date right here, and then you can go ahead and circle whichever day of the week it is. Okay, that was a mouthful. Sorry, guys. And then this section up here is what I like to call our self-care section. And that is because you can really focus on your self-care just by being attentive to this section up here, because this section will really help in balancing your body, in balancing your mind, and in balancing your spirit. The first one is your water intake. Water is very important. We all know that our bodies is made up mostly of water, which lets us know we need to be drinking more than enough water every single day. So you have your water intake section here. It's recommended at least 8 glasses. And of course, if you have any health needs, you make sure you do whatever your doctor tells you that you need to do. Okay. But I did have what's recommended, which is the 8 glasses of water. And then here is your exercise section. This is your exercise section. And if you follow me on social media, you already know I talk about start from where you are. This is our progress planner. So it's all about you making progress. Start from somewhere and begin to progress from there. Begin to progress from there. So exercise. You can do anything for your exercise as long as you're getting in movement. So this is where you'll write down movement. Like you would know if you follow me on social media, I always talk about start with 10 minutes. Start somewhere. Start with 10 minutes. You can start with 10 minutes of cardio, 10 minutes of lifting, 10 minutes of anything. Just make sure you're getting in movement and that you're building upon it. You can do 10 minutes for this month, 15 minutes for next month, 20 minutes. Just make sure you're building and that you're growing. But every day you should be doing some kind of movement. Nowadays, there's even home workouts where you can work out from the comfort of your home. I know myself, many times if I'm in a rush, I'll do a 10-minute workout or a 15 or 20-minute workout from the comfort of my home. So you can do the same thing, ladies, okay? The next section here is Vitameds, also known as your okay, let's try that again. The next section here is known as the Vitamed section. This is where you write down and keep track of your vitamins and or your medicines. Some people have to take medicines for different conditions they may be going through. So this is where you can keep track of whether you took your meds or not. Also, this is also the area where you want to keep track to make sure that you're getting in your vitamins and nutrients. There's some days where I will take a vitamin and also make a smoothie, or I'll just make a really vitamin rich and nutrient rich smoothie, whereas that'll be all that I take for that day. But the thing is, you want to make sure that you're feeding your body with the things that it needs. So this is a reminder of that. Whether it's a vitamin or the very things that you need that will give your body the nutrition that it needs. And then next will be your self-care area. This is where you would do something that is aligning with you caring for yourself. This is where you can do a quiet time if you want to, where you're just by yourself, where you're reading, where you are painting your nails, where you go to the nail shop, the spa, reading a self-help or a self-care type of book even. This is where you're really taking care of yourself, because this also helps with the mind. Taking care of yourself helps with the mind and helps you to be well balanced. It doesn't have to be anything too long. It can literally be 15 minutes a day. There should not be a day that goes by where you are not taking care of yourself in some way, shape, or form. When you're going to work, you're helping other people. When you're at home, if you're married, you're helping your husband or helping take care of the household. If you're a parent, you are helping with your kids. There's always someone that you are helping or doing something for. So make sure that we are not forgetting about ourselves. So make sure that you are doing something every single day, at least for 15 minutes a day, that is centered around you. So that's the time where you are allowed to be selfish, okay? And then the next section we have here is your spiritual development section. Your spiritual development section is the section in which you want to continue to grow in the things of Christ, okay? This is where you want to ensure that you are reading your Bible. This is where you want to ensure that you're praying, keeping communication with God. And this is the section where you are also remembering to praise God and to worship God. And it says it here with praise and worship song. But of course, we know there's different ways to do that. But this is just a little encouragement piece to keep you growing spiritually. I love this section right here because this section will really balance you out mentally, physically, and spiritually. It'll keep you growing and keep you constantly becoming the best version of yourself. Okay? Moving on to the next section. Right here is your to-do section. If you notice, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in again. Right here. If you notice, I have a total of 3 things on here that you can do. And these 3 things are very important. And I like to reference how it's very important that we are respecting ourselves. And when I say that, I mean to make sure that we're not putting too much on our plates, to make sure that we are not burning ourselves out. And the reason why I only have 3 things here, because research says that if you're a mom, you should not be doing more than 2 big projects a day, with the understanding that of course you're taking care of your household, taking care of your kids, and whatever needs that they may have. So you are constantly working already, so you should not put more than 2 big tasks on your plate outside of the work that you are already doing. And then if you are not a mother and you do not have that many, or a caretaker, and you do not have that many responsibilities on your hand, you can go ahead and, you know, do at least 3, but no more than 3 big projects or tasks a day. Okay, so if you're a mom, you'll be filling out 1 thing here and one in this one. If you are not a mom, you'll be filling out all 3. Okay, so here you will be writing your 2 big tasks and then your forward goal. I will go ahead and say that your forward goal is your biggest task of the day, but also your must-do task. Why? Because your forward goal is your goal that should be solely focused on your vision. What is the one thing that you are going to do for the day that is solely focused on your vision? That is what you will write right here. If you are a book writer and you have a book that you want to write, and that's part of your vision, should I say, you're going to write something like, pick out how many chapters that I want for the day. Okay, so on this day, your forward goal will solely be to pick out how many chapters you want your book to have. And then on the next day, you can possibly write naming the chapters of your book. Just focusing on 1 thing a day that is solely focused on your vision. That is what the forward goal is for. Okay? Very important. It's all a part of the method of helping you reach your goals. Okay. Now going over to the next section, I'm going to go ahead and keep it zoomed in, or maybe we can zoom out now, actually. Let's zoom on out. This next section is your section that helps you for meal planning. This is your section that helps you, hopefully helps you stay healthy. So whatever meals that you have written, you can refer to the meal sheets and you can go ahead and fill in meals for the day. Because when we have, or when we know what we want to eat and we know exactly what it is that we're trying to achieve, it makes things easier. It takes the stress and the decision fatigue out of the way. You're able to look at your meal sheet and you're able to write down exactly and even pack up exactly what it is that you want to have for that day. That helps you to stay on track with your eating as well. Next, down here, you have your things to buy section. I don't know about you, but if you're a mom like me, you are constantly buying something or constantly being reminded of the things that you need to buy. Right? So this is a section to quickly jot those things down so that you do not forget, or so you're not, holding all those extra things in your mind when you really don't need to. Okay. Underneath that is a chore section. I stress the importance of maintaining your home so that you don't have to do that big clean. You know what I mean? If you're constantly maintaining your house, you don't have to keep on having these big cleaning days and these overwhelming, spaces where it's making you overwhelmed and you're not able to even focus on the task that you should be focusing on concerning your vision. Okay. Next space is a blank space. The first one of every month is a little bit darker. And then looking at the next one, you'll see that that one is not as dark for going through the rest of the month. But this section here is where you can write down anything you want to write down right here. For me personally, I use it more for my quiet time, my devotional time. I also use this space for that, since these are both, free spaces. You can use them for anything. Sometimes I put quotes in this section, or I'll put quotes in that section and use this section to write down what I got from my Bible study, or things of that nature. Or I just use it for notes, things to remember, appointments, however you want to do it, however you see fit. Okay, but right here is your habit tracker section. You want to track your habit at the end of each night. How did you do? Did you do 1 out of your 1, or were you able to do 2 out of 2, or were you able to do 2 out of the 4 habits you're trying to implement? Just make sure that you're keeping track of your habits right there. And at the bottom of every at the bottom of every page, you will notice that it says, show up as the person you desire to become daily, and before you know it, you will become her. That is very important. It's important for you to even face the days as the person you desire to be. Begin to walk in it, or begin to walk in her, so that before you know it, you will truly become her. Okay? And then I love this. I really wish I had like a drum roll, guys, for this section in our planner. This is the section that you assign a task to a time. I'm going to go ahead and sneak it in here again, but this is the one and currently only planner on the market that is 24 hours. This is a 24-hour planner, and I am going to zoom in so you can see that clearer. This is a 24-hour planner, and this is where you assign a time to a task, or rather assign a task to a time. When you are assigning your task to your time, it is then that 9 times out of 10 you're going to complete it. For example, when you have a dentist appointment at 9 o'clock, when you know it's 9 o'clock and you have to be there at 9 o'clock, that is what you are going to get done that day. So if you assign at 1 o'clock, if you say at 1 o'clock you are going to work on your forward goal, you know that's the time slot that you have to work on your forward goal. So what you want to do is you want to put these 2 or 3 things over on this side, and then you want to plan around that. So if you have to drop your daughter off at school at 7 o'clock, you're going to write that down. But first you're going to write these things down. You're going to write down your must-dos, of course, because you have to drop your daughter off, or you have to drop your daughter off. You're going to write down the things that you must do within the 24-hour day. And then you're going to incorporate those things. You're going to incorporate these things over here onto that side. Okay? So let's go ahead and zoom out. These are your daily sheets. So you will have 7 of these for each week. So you are going to be planning each day thoroughly. Okay? At the end of each month, make sure you come to the My Progress tab. This is where you'll be keeping tabs of your progress from month to month. Here you will write down the month, and here you will write down what you accomplished that month. If you do this looking at your accomplishments each month, you will better be able to prepare for the next month. And you will write in your accomplishments according to your table of contents, according to what it is that you said you should be doing each month. And you're going to track that for the 6-month period. Okay? When we turn the page, you have some notes sheets. You can write it line formed, or you can do it brainstorming free note form. And then here on the next 2 pages, you have your tentative plans for the next 6 months. And then you have your tentative plans for the new year. Because if you're anything like me, you like to begin to prepare for the next 6 months and as well as the next year. And if you're jotting things out, it also helps to make your years a little bit more clear and your months a little bit more clearer for you. Okay? And that is pretty much it. Of course, again, you have some more note sheets, and that's it. That is the Pretty Girl Printing Co. Progress Planner. Keep in mind that our planner comes in 2 colors. You can choose our pink cover or you can choose our multicolored cover. These are both 6-month undated planners, therefore you can start these planners whenever you'd like. You can also get one of each or you can get both in different colors. It's completely up to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, make sure you go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you comment and make sure you share. You never know who this video can bless. Also, don't forget, if you live to love, you would love to live. Bye, guys.